Today we're going to talk about dividing whole numbers by fractions using visual models. Let's start with an example problem. There are 4 brownies. A serving is 1/4 of a brownie. How many servings are there in all? To start our visual model, our first step is to draw as many rectangles as the whole number in the problem. So this problem states that there are 4 brownies. So I've drawn 4 boxes to represent the 4 whole brownies. The second step is to separate each rectangle into fractional pieces that match the denominator of the fraction. So we're looking for servings of 1/4, which means I need to divide my boxes into fourths. Step 3 is to look at the fraction to see how many pieces you are looking for. So we are looking for 1/4. So I'm going to count how many 1/4s I have in 4 brownies. So this is 1/4, this is another one, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So in 4 brownies, there are 16 1/4s. So 4 divided by 1/4 equals 16. Let's look at another example. 4 divided by 3/4. My first step is to draw how many rectangles as the whole number in the problem. So here I need to draw 4 rectangles. My second step is to separate each rectangle into the fractional pieces. So here we have fourths again. Then I need to count how many fourths I'm looking for. So for this problem, I'm looking for groups of 3/4. So I'm going to count off by groups of 3. So this is one group of 3. This is my second group of 3. This is my third group of 3. This is my fourth group of 3. And my fifth group of 3. And then I have one of the 3 that I need left over. So I have 5 whole groups of 3/4, and I have one, this is one of the 3 that I need. So this is 5 1/3 3/4. A second strategy is to use fraction bars. The first step is to look at our whole number. In this problem is 6. And I divide both bars into 6 whole pieces. And on top is going to represent my holes. So I have 6 holes. On the bottom, I'm going to, just like we did earlier, divide each section by my denominator, which is fourths. And now I'm looking for groups of 3/4, so I will count off groups of 3. It's 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7 groups, 8 groups. So there are 8 whole groups, so my answer to this problem is 8. Let's do one more example. The road repair crew can fix 3/4 of a mile of road per day. How many days will it take them to fix a stretch of road that is 5 miles long? So I want to know how many 3/4 are going to fit into 5. So 5 divided by 3/4 is our equation. My first step is to look at the whole number. And you can either draw fraction bars or you can just draw the 5 rectangles. So I chose to do the rectangles and I have 5 rectangles here. My second step is to look at the denominator of the fraction, which is 4s, and divide my whole boxes into fourths. Now I'm going to look at the numerator, which is thirds, and count off how many groups of 3/4 I have in 5 wholes. So 1, 2, 3. So I have 6 whole groups, and then I have 2 of the 3 that I need. So my answer is 6 2/3.